fingertips. And when I first came here, we had probably no less than 20 spreadsheets that we maintained information on. Spreadsheets. The track record software has streamlined everything into one centralized point to where we have it all right there, and it makes sense. It's purposeful, and we no longer have spreadsheets. We have no spreadsheets. And since we implemented the track record system, it has significantly decreased the amount of paperwork that we have laying around. All of the information that we monitor on a day-to-day basis is electronic now, and it's on the track record system, and there's no need to have piles of paper. The ease of pulling up a client record now to look at medical issues, to look at behavioral history, from site to site, we can pull up information that's accurate and up to date within less than 2 seconds. I can look at an entire client's file in another county, and I have that information to look at, to review, to use as a supervisory tool. And I have had up to 20 piles of paper in my office at any given time, and right now I have one small one, and that is due directly to the track record software.
A few times, but
the billing process pre-track records was nothing less than a monster. It was a month-long process to do the billing and to submit it to the state for our reimbursement. And all of that fell on their shoulders. The track record system is so easy to go in and to confirm client schedules, which in turn creates the billing document. The people that were doing all of it, a month-long process has turned into a day-long process.
Really is much to do, necessarily.
On the billing aspect of track records, prior to having the system, it was myself and another director level position that completed the billing each month, and it consumed all of our time. We had little to no time to spend on supervising or on directing in the departments that we needed to be directing in. And now the ease of having that system there, we can delegate that stuff out to administrative support persons so that they can enter the data. And at the end of the month, our role as the directors and mine as the assistant director is to review that information, not have to sit and put it in. And it does so many things other than just the billing. Once you've confirmed that client schedule, it also creates a financial report that you can look at, and we use that very frequently. Now I'm looking at departments, what the revenue is, and what the cost of those departments are, to look at the overall budget for the agency.
Right. You want to talk some more about?
I shouldn't say that word. You've got a beautifully completed report at the end that shows exactly who's working where, how many hours, how many overtime hours they're going to be working, and gives you an opportunity to budget for the entire year if you wanted to at one time. There are so many reports on track records. The reports such as the attached staff reports has allowed us, we have so many employees and so many caseloads that it's hard to keep up with who's got whom at any given point in the month, and so that allows for anyone in any site. And right now we have an administrative support position in our Hardeman County office that can actually, she knows no one in the Jackson office, but she can pull up that attached staff report and she can submit ISPs and client documents to the people that need to get that just by pulling up that report and knowing who all's attached that needs to get that email. And that's been a job, again, that I did previously, because I was one that knew who needed to get documents, and now with the track record system, you can pull an attached staff report and know who all's involved in that client's life and communicate with those people. I've been amazed at the quickness that people have been able to learn the track record system. It does so much, and it's so easy. I call it dummy proof, because you continually push a button and it's going to tell you that, you know, on the schedules it tells you, no, you can't schedule that person, they're already scheduled. You can't schedule that room, it's already scheduled. It's the thing I like best about the schedules is the flags that it gives you when you try to schedule someone for a time that it knows you can't do, or it flags it when we try to schedule people over a certain number of hours, and it flags you when you've scheduled somebody that's already scheduled somewhere else. And that's something that human error is going to happen, but that's something the software catches as opposed to a human would not.
Mm-hmm. The percentage of overtime.
The track record system has made people accountable for things such as overtime. If they schedule overtime, it's on purpose. It's not by accident. Because when they're putting that schedule in on track records, and there's a supervisor that's running that report once a month or once a week to project what kind of overtime cost you're looking at, that's purposeful. And it's not accidental anymore. It's not stuff you find on the back end of payroll. It's things that you schedule on the front end. Previous to having track records, we didn't have a good system for projecting revenue. If we different scenarios, and now we can actually take real data and project out what the budget should look like based on schedules, all of those pages. So they cleaned up a lot of things, and what track records has allowed us to do, it's allowed us to compile information through our accountant through departments, but track records provides us with a step above that, and we can step things out and look at budgets per site. Important to us with our residential sites, we have close to 60 residential sites, and that allows us to look at each site and look at what the revenue is versus the cost. We can pull that for any time period. We can look at it as a projection, or we can look at it for a previous month of real data of what people actually worked or what they're projected to work, and really forecast what our spending's going to be like. The track record support team is one of the best that I've ever worked with as far as customer service goes. There has not been a time that I have called the track record support team that they have not gotten back in touch with me that day. And normally it's within a few minutes I get a response by email. A little longer to fix the problem, but the support team is quick. They're readily available, and I've never contacted them that they haven't had someone get back with me.
Less of what their job description was.
In relation to client services and providing those good quality services to the people we serve, it has allowed us to do more hands-on work with the people as opposed to with paper. The reports, the data tracking, track record shows up now in every job description, and the delegation of tasks have been pushed down to the level of where people that should be doing that task can do it, and allow the people that need to be more hands-on and doing supervisory tasks can be doing on the being able to track the training for client-specific trainings, because we use as required training. We also use it for specialized plans for each client. Anytime that there's a new staff that comes in, we can run a report on the plans that client has specific to them. It's enhanced our ability to be able to get people trained in a timely manner, and we operate a staff of over 400, and so trying to keep up with that on an Excel spreadsheet was not very effective or efficient before, and now it's all right there and everyone has access to it.